Howdy, Possum Patty here. And yes, I'm going to do some journaling today, but mostly I want to talk about what happens if. And I'm going to make 3 important points about your daily journaling habit. Come on along. Okay, so number 1, showing up to journal. What is your daily journaling practice? Now, I like to do something creative almost every day, and many days I really want to journal. And sometimes I have a little bit of a plan. Yes, I do. Actually, sometimes I have a little bit of a plan in my back of my mind on what I'm going to be doing that day, or a few days in advance. So all this week I was like, when Friday comes, I'm going to do Flip Through Friday, because last week I started flipping through the little golden book journal that I did in the spring. And I got that far into there, and then I did a journal page in one of my newer little golden books. And I put it aside, and I'm like, okay, next Friday I will continue with this. So I showed up to journal, and I got this out. But when I got it out, all of a sudden, I don't know why, but it felt almost like a chore. Okay, now which journal do I want to journal in after I do a little flip through? And I started thinking about it. And while I was thinking about it, this sunflower paper was calling to me. And I sat here and I cut out a flower-shaped sunflower page, because this is my flower-shaped summer journal. And all of a sudden I was feeling happy and excited, and I started grabbing different things with sunflowers. And this is just some paper that I had gotten at the flea market, right? Nothing expensive. I got a whole bunch of papers at the flea market for cheap. And I'm like, it's August. This is pretty. And look at this. Gorgeous sunflowers on there, and I can print out a picture and put it on there, and maybe I can make like a little pocket or something, have that on there, something like that. And now I'm engaged and I'm having fun. So at this point, you sort of stop. All right, and this is number 2. Check in with your feelings, right? Let me get going on this journal page. I've got to start gluing these things down. Let me grab some glue here. So, is it okay to have a schedule and follow your schedule every single day? On Monday, I'm going to do die cutting, and on Tuesday, I'm doing a Tea Tuesday, and on Wednesday, I'm doing a What's on My Desk Wednesday, and on Thursday, I'm doing a Thrifty Thursday, and on Friday, I'm doing a Flip Through Friday, and on Saturday, I'm working in my Rectus journal, and on Sunday, I'm doing a Slow Stitch Sunday. You see where I'm going with this, right? And then all of a sudden, your scheduled day comes, and you really feel like doing something different. And you know what? That is perfectly fine. It is perfectly okay. And I know a lot of people work really well when they are held to a schedule. And that is fine too. But if all of a sudden your schedule does not seem to be working out for you, maybe you should just go ahead and make a little change. I never know if I get that on there right or not. Looks like it's off a little bit, but that's okay. All the pages are a little bit wonky. Isn't this paper pretty? I got so many beautiful papers at the flea market this year. All right, so number 1, we showed up for our daily journal practice. But number 2, I was like, I don't know. Do I really feel like doing this? We checked in with our feelings. And you started working on something else and you realized you're actually enjoying the process of doing something different. So that is number 3, right? Number 3, this whole journaling thing, and I say this all the time, right? This whole journaling thing is supposed to be easy, not hard. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun and not stressful. Creativity is enjoyable. Journaling is enjoyable. But once you put a little too much stress on what you're doing and make it more like work, more like a chore, it's okay to change things up once in a while. Now, will I still do flip through Fridays? Oh, yeah. Thrifty Thursdays? Maybe I don't get them out on time, but you know what I mean. But I'm never going to stress about changing a schedule. I'm never going to stress about changing, the plans for the day or even the plans for the page, right? I'm never going to stress about that. This is fun. This is fun. And I know there's so many people out there that create these beautiful, beautiful journals. These are, I think, 2 different paper packs, but that's okay. I'm mixing 2 different series together. I think that's okay, though. Mixing it up a little bit. Oops. Oops. It's always oops with the glue, right? So this is why I have a lot of journals going at one time. Because sometimes I'm in the mood. I really feel the creativity. I really feel like making a journal cover. And I could always use the journal. And some days I feel like journaling in one journal, and some days I feel like journaling in a different journal. I'm going to glue this August right over this space here because I feel like it. Oh, so people make these beautiful journals and they sell them, and they are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous journals. My gosh, they put so much work into it. Every page is beautiful, and the ephemera is gorgeous. They put so much time and effort in creating these gorgeous journals, and they sell them. And the people buy these journals, and they love these journals. And they do a little flip through when they get their journal. And then they're like, oh, I can't journal in this journal. I'm just going to put this on the shelf for inspiration. It's going on the shelf for inspiration. And that's fine. Some people just like to make journals. And, they don't want to journal in them. They just make journals. That is awesome. And they sell the journals to people. Maybe people just want to collect journals. And that's okay, too. That is okay, too. There's really no wrong way. But I'm talking about people who actually journal here, you know. There are those people who actually do journaling. I love this. This is kind of like a vintage photo. It says no other magazine like it in the world. Modern Priscilla, May 1925. So I'm wondering if there actually was sort of like a home and garden magazine called Modern Priscilla. I used to have a straw hat like that. Actually, I think I do still have a straw hat like that. Well, she's going in there. I'm going to put a picture on the back. Oh, and look, see, it's double-sided paper, so I don't have to do anything to the back. And here's my photo that I took the other day. I'm sorry, let me get this in frame here. So this is me, and I'm growing these very tall sunflowers. And the very first sunflower at the top is blooming. And I was so happy that I got them to grow so tall and actually got a sunflower to bloom without the deer eating it, which is a big deal around here, let me tell you. I was thinking about if I wanted to round the corners, but I don't think I do because it's got these little fancy corner designs there. I might want to put a sunflower ribbon on here. So let me go look for that. Okay, I have this Michael's Celebrate It ribbon. And these are very expensive. Those are like $9.99. And then if you wait till the end of the season, these are like 70% off. So you get it for $3. And you do get quite a bit. You get 25 feet, and it's a wired ribbon. So it's worth probably $3. I definitely would not spend $10 on it. But, I don't always like the wires. Sometimes they bother me. And where's my old scissors? I always use the old scissors to cut the wire. Alright, so if I just folded this, put it on here, it's very neat and squared off and stuff, and I'm not really sure that's the look I want. So I'm going to use my older scissors to, well, these are still good scissors, but oh well. Not the older ones I was looking for. And then I just crunch the ends like that and pull the wire out carefully from both sides. Now you can save these or carefully dispose of them so your children or pets don't get a hold of them. Right, so I was thinking if I could get like a little bit of a frayed edge going or something, I don't know. I might be happier with it. Or instead of folding it over, if I only, put a single side on. Well, I definitely have to give these scissors to Mr. Possum. Sharpen these, please. I won't tell him I'm cutting wires with them. All right, so that looks a little better. Looks a little more raggedy around the edge. Now I could still fold it in half because it's only printed on one side. And maybe I could even put a little pleat in it, maybe. I just didn't want a flat ribbon. Not what I was in the mood for. Something a little more organic. I think that might work. Some people don't like the way it looks on the back, so this side the stitches look fine. But when you turn it over, they might not like that. Yeah, so maybe like when you sew something on a card and the white core of the paper comes through and you don't like the way that white looks on, say, a vintagey card, some people take a pen or a marker, and I'm using my Dollar Tree glitter marker, and I just put some dots on there. Now there's a little bit of glitter on there. You know, just for fun. Just for fun. I like the way that looks now. Okay, I'm going to leave the threads because I need some, I don't know, dangly threads and like splashes of paint. It all just like creates movement on what you're doing. And I'm going to put the picture of me on the back. And I'm going to write minimal, minimally, which is a lot more than I did in my first few journals. Now there's lines on this paper. You think I'll get the picture down straight? Oh yes, I did. All right, let me do some journaling. I decided to use the white gel pen to journal with because the background paper is kind of dark. I just wrote the date, the first mammoth sunflower, and that's blooming right there. Now I love the ribbon. And give that a second to dry, and I'm just going to pop it in the pocket. Very simple page. Glue down some sunflower paper. Cut a piece from another paper pack, made a pocket, cut the words off a different paper. Just put them all together. Cut this off. I think this might be from this paper pack over here, the cut aparts. Made a very simple tag, but I love it. And I'm just going to pop that in there. I might add a few things to this pocket. Maybe I might make another card because I saw the hummingbirds over at the flower when it was blooming. I might journal about that. And then later in the season, I might journal, you know, when the seeds are ripe and like maybe the goldfinches will come and, you know, eat some of the seeds. So, you know, this page is not necessarily done, but it is started, and that's a good thing. So this is the first flower blooming, and from here I will add things to it. So, what if you show up for your daily journal practice with a plan in mind, but when you actually sat down and checked in with your feelings, completely changed what you were going to do? It is okay. Journal with your heart. Creativity is fun. Thanks for coming along today. Happy junk journaling.